Hey, brand builder, Rory Vaden here. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this interview. As always, it's our honor to provide it to you for free. And wanted to let you know there's no big sales pitch or anything coming at the end. However, if you are someone who is looking to build and monetize your personal brand, we would love to talk to you and get to know you a little bit and hear about some of your dreams and visions and share with you a little bit about what we're up to see if we might be a fit. So if you're interested in a free strategy call with someone from our team, we would love to hear from you. You can do that at brandbuildersgroup.com/podcall, brandbuildersgroup.com/podcall. We hope to talk to you soon.
Hey y'all, AJ Vaden here. This is the recap episode of my awesome conversation with Lethia Owens, who, bless her heart, never corrects me when I use my very Southern accent and say Lethia. It's Lethia, Lethia, tomato, sweetness never corrects me, but proper name introduction. So here's, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I try to keep these recaps to 5 minutes. That's the whole point of a recap. I always encourage you to go and listen to the full episode. And this is no different than any others. There's just so much inspiration and brilliance and tacticality. I don't know if that's a real word, but I'm gonna go with it. Of just learning from someone who's been doing this, who didn't have a plan, but followed her calling and built a plan as she went along. And she's wickedly successful in so many different arenas, and coaches and consults with powerhouse Fortune 100 CEOs. She's a speaker, she's an author, just a wealth of knowledge. But here's a couple of my takeaways. Actually, I have my handy dandy, and yeah, I took a lot of notes. Yeah, this is a really good episode. So here's the first thing. Here's my first thing. It's my 3 takeaways. Number 1 is this concept of game changers. And what is a game changer and what does it take to be one? And I loved this conversation so much. It is so close to my heart because a game changer has nothing to do about your resume and your credentials, has nothing to do about what you do. It has everything to do with who you are and who you're willing to be. And it doesn't matter about how much money you have and how many resources or your education, your socioeconomic status. Being a game changer has something or has everything to do with one question. And it's the question that you ask. And the only question that you should be asking is what could be, not what is, not what was, but a game changer asks the question of what could be. And how could this be different? How could it be better? It's believing deep in your core that you were meant to do something, that you were put on this planet, you were put in this world to achieve something great. And that may be being the mother to a child that's going to do, world-changing things. That could be like being a leader of a team or a company. It could just be being that voice to someone in a moment that they were at their breaking point, right? Being a game changer says like, how could this be different? Right? It's like, and that means open your eyes and look for opportunities to be a game changer for someone else. And it's not about what you're doing. It's about who you're being. Right. And I think about I heard this on the radio the other day about this woman who had called in. I was listening to Way FM here in Nashville, Tennessee. And they were talking about how, like, for some weird reason, they were in line at a red light and they could just noticeably tell that the woman who was driving in the car next to them was just distraught, hysterical, was crying. And they said, for whatever reason, I just felt prompted to do something, say something. And so they were trying to get this woman's attention and we're like, roll down the window. And they shared some words of inspiration. And they exchanged numbers, and however the rest of the story took, I don't remember, to be honest. But what I do remember is that the woman pulled over and the other person pulled along. And as they were talking, she had shared some very horrible news that had just happened. And later comes to find out, it's like she was contemplating suicide. And it's like, you can be a game changer to a stranger by just taking a moment of going, I don't know what's going on, but like, do you want to talk? Like, I'm here. Game changers also, it's building businesses, it's leading teams, but it's there's not any one definition to being a game changer, but it's asking the question of what can I do and what could be, like, how could this be different? And how can I be different? And how can I be better? And how can I make my situation better? And I love that because it applies to everyone in every stage of life, no matter what your position is, no matter what you're doing. Are you asking the question of what could be? Like, what could be different? What could be better? I love that. Love that so much. Second thing I loved, and she said that being others focused is the way to success, right? And I think that it's contrary. A lot of people confuse building a personal brand with somehow being self-centered or self-focused or self-promotional. And it's the opposite. It's about being others focused and others promotional and others centered. And she and I are so aligned on this. And one of the things that I've just come to believe, it's like, your personal brand is not about you. It's about your audience. Your personal brand is that you feel called to share a message that you believe at your core is going to help someone else, right? It's a mission-driven messenger. It's that core belief of like, I'm not trying to change the world, or maybe you are, but I believe that there are people who need to hear what I have to say, and they need to hear it from someone like me. I'm not perfect. I'm, not a billionaire, right? Not a multi-million follower social media influencer. I'm not those things. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a small business owner, and I got something to share, and I feel called to share it. And just believing it's like that what you have to say matters. And it's focusing on the one, not the 1 million or even the 100. And I think being others focused really helps take your eyes off the numbers and gets your eyes back on the people. And I know it's easy to get caught up with looking at revenue numbers and profit margins and numbers of followers and subscribers. And it's like, if you take that all away, and if you knew that you made a difference or you changed one person's life, would it be worth it to you? And I bet most of you would say yes. Like, if something that you shared changed the trajectory of someone else's life, that is going to have generational impact. And I bet most of us would say, like, at the end of my life, if I went back and I was like, I know what I did changed lives of people, we would feel good. Like, we would say that was a life well lived. I doubt any of us at the end of our lives are going to look back and say, man, I had so many social media followers. That was a life well lived. And I made so much profit. I did so much revenue. Like, that's not what we're going to say. But in the day to day and the here and now, those things are real, and they're real distractions, and they're real issues. So just focus on the one person, being others focused. And all right, last thing, I know I said it's going to be 5 minutes. Like, where am I at? Oh, 7 minutes. Oh, all right. Last thing, I'll make this quick. As I love this is just trying to be a legacy creator. I love that. And I love what she said. And I wrote this down. She goes, what I do today will have much more impact on my grandchildren than it will me, because I'm focused on being a legacy creator. So what are you doing today? How are you asking, like, how could this be different for the generations that come after me? But how are you focused on creating a legacy that will have more impact for your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren that you would even have on your own life? So it's creating a legacy of influence and impact for generations to come. Y'all, so good, so inspiring. Go check this out. Come back, visit us again on the Influential Personal Brand. Until then, we'll see you next time.